And welcome back to Sacramento as we get ready for an anticipated bantamweight bout, because Sheymon Moraes, who is making his USA debut, comes in here undefeated, the 24-year-old Brazilian, taking on a tested fighter already in Gabriel Solorio. That's the showdown. Now to officially meet him, let's go to Jazz.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by the Green Beret Foundation. We've got 3 rounds in the World Series of Fighting bantamweight division. And now, introducing on my right, fighting out of the blue corner of the decagon, his record, 12 victories, 7 defeats, 6 wins, coming by way of knockout and 4 by submission. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing 135 pounds, fighting out of Ventura, California, by way of Modesto, California, introducing Gabriel Solorio.
This is a great striker. I would push his opponent backwards and look for a clinch, or lure his opponent in by throwing a lazy strike, and then when he counters, use that to set up a takedown and go for ground and pound.
And now, on my left, fighting out of the red corner, his record is perfect. 6 victories, no defeats, 4 coming by way of knockout. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 136 pounds, fighting out of Bangkok, Thailand, by way of Niterói, Brazil, presenting Sheymon da Silva Moraes.
Moraes is great on his feet. He will probably try to go for another knockout victory. Attack with in and out movement. Defend the takedown by always moving to the sides and right away counter with strikes.
And when the decagon door closes, your ref is Ed Calantes.
And we get ready for this. It is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. And Moraes already talked, even though this is his first fight outside of his native country, Brazil, as we look at Janie Lee.
Fight, are you ready? Are you ready? Fight!
He could get a title shot, perhaps quickly, with an impressive win here against a fighter who's been tested like Solorio. That's how much the WSOF thinks of this kid.
Well, we're going to find out. Looks like he's a Thai boxer, the way he holds his stance and throws that teep.
He does have a world-class Muay Thai pedigree, has won some titles in divisions, various divisions.
Feeling that he's going to wait for an explosion here. Blam! Suddenly we're going to see a really hard right kick or something like that. That is already nice. Go to the body, and maybe now go body and head. And again, that teep. Very nice. The teep is strong with the front leg. You kind of use it like a jab. That's why they call it a teep, so the teep will never be done with the back leg.
Moraes carries himself well, doesn't he?
He does.
He walked in standing, he acts like a guy that one day will have a shot at the title.
Attitude. Whoa, look at that. Confidence is a big thing in fighting. Solorio really should push the action a little bit more. I will push him backwards. It's very hard for any striker while you're moving backwards to have the right foot setting for power strikes. So at least you take power out of the kicks and out of the punches. And while you move backwards, try to kick. It's a hard thing to do. Solorio, though, is not impressed, right? He stands there nice and calm.
Solario's faced some good guys, and he's bounced around between 135 pounds and 145 pounds as well in his career. That record may be just a little deceptive. When you look at 12-7, he's been in against some good guys.
Yep, that pulled off knockouts, 6 of them, 4 submissions. You know, we don't know Moraes. While coming from Brazil, we automatically assume he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. But this guy's a striker, so...
Yeah, the jiu-jitsu guy who comes in with 4 knockouts.
Yep. But since he was a Thai boxer there, you know, maybe he only focused on that art.
And a nice combination there by Solorio.
Yeah. Nice how he checks that low kick. Very calm. Nothing with panic. So he's looking great. Ooh.
Nice kick there.
Look at that.
That shows you some of the power of Moraes, how he can explode, and that's what we hear about.
Yeah, and if you want to catch a kick like that, for instance, the right kick, you want to make sure you step to the right first, so you take the power out and then grab it. But you don't want to simply grab it because you can snap a few ribs while doing that. And that's not going to help you the rest of the fight.
Catches it again, holds on to that single leg and forces the action against the fence. Solorio with a lot of poise here in this first round.
Those are liver kicks, by the way. Left kicks to the body.
Made famous by the first heavyweight champion in the UFC.
Yeah, but not in the UFC, darn. Would have been great.
Solorio, boss, like you mentioned, you can tell he's been in a few fights. This kid comes in much ballyhooed his opponent, but he's not backing down an inch from Moraes.
Nothing, and the way he blocks and the way he steps away from kicks, like that front kick, he moves back 2 inches, you know, and that means he's in total control. He doesn't panic. It's a big thing, not panicking. Now we're going to find out if Moraes also has a ground game.
That we'll see. We see also a welt over the left eye now of Solorio. A considerable one at that. Moraes was able to catch him. Not sure an elbow or a straight punch. Final seconds. Round 1. Gabriel Solorio welcoming Sheymon Moraes to the U.S., giving him a tough go of things at the moment.
An exciting matchup right now going down between Moraes and Solorio, but there you see the champ, Rick Glenn, warming up, and he's doing so with a heavy heart. Unfortunately, his sister's been battling cancer. Last week, she passed away. Rick's coming into this fight dealing with a lot of that. I had a chance to talk to his coach and ask exactly what his state of mind is like and how he's dealing with this. And the coach equated it to the Brett Favre performance, where Favre lost his father, and the next day he came out and he had the best game of his life. They feel like Glenn is going to use this as motivation. He's going to come out. We're not only going to see the best Rick Glenn we've ever seen, but he's going to win in dominating fashion and retain his title.
All right, thank you very much, Joey. It certainly has. And again, our condolences to the Glenn family and to all their friends. It has been a very testing days for them. And they get ready now for a title fight, another emotional night coming up. And back to action here. Sheymon Moraes, who has the red tape on, making his USA debut, coming in here undefeated from Brazil. And Gabriel Solorio giving him a strong test here.
He's doing a great job. You know, Moraes threw a big right hand, connected, and right away he countered. Solorio with a right hand connected as well.
Solorio from not too far away, Modesto, California. He's faced some good competition early in his career with a little bit of a deceptive 12-7 record in there because no one has been a setup for him. He's faced tough fighters from the get-go, and he certainly hasn't backed away from Moraes. You do see a large welt over the left eye from either an elbow perhaps or a real solid punch. We weren't sure, boss, how the action got in close at times.
Yep.
But it happened back in that last round, and the doctors took a look at him in the corner, and they were doing considerable work on that eye to reduce the swelling as much as possible. Oh,
nice.
And a good right by Solorio.
Liver shot right hook, I like it.
Best punch of the night.
You know, Moraes is moving straight back. He doesn't move to the sides, which is a dangerous thing to do.
And that was the question, how would Moraes fare? We don't know the competition that he faced. We know, he's undefeated coming out of Brazil, and 4 of his 6 wins have been by way of knockout. And he certainly wanted to make this a stand-up fight tonight. And Solorio has been more than willing to oblige.
I'm very impressed with Solorio. I mean, the hype I heard about Moraes, well, we heard, you know, and oh, look at that, connecting again. And that wasn't behind the ear. I guarantee you he felt that one.
Now the talk with some big names in MMA being dropped in comparing how good Moraes is and could be. But Solorio obviously paying no attention to that. He's hoping to get his own title shot down the road with a good showing tonight. Maybe one that would come up sooner than expected with a win here tonight.
Well, the way he's fighting here, it's very impressive.
Solorio again staying right in front of him. He's been backing Moraes down at times. He catches the kick again. And pushes him right against the corner.
You know, so it's not a fluke. He's doing it every time, grabbing that kick.
There's a knee and yet another knee. A couple of good knees thrown in there in that exchange by Moraes.
And then you see how he moved himself away from the fence, put Moraes against the fence. Moraes should start putting combinations together, more combinations. He's powerful, and you see this with a lot of guys who are very explosive. They just hit single shots, maybe a 2-shot, but you know, they don't tie things together. Because normally one of those power shots will seal the deal. Not against a guy like Solorio we see right now.
Solorio trying to cover up from those elbows. I suspect one of those is what caught him back in that last round that opened that up.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, he's going for it now with the arm bar.
Is he tight enough? No, and look at that control. Wow. You know, right away he felt it was slipping out. Position above submission, it's what I always say. And he did that.
Well, he's showing a veteran fighter moves throughout this fight. Solorio has had a counter for anything that Moraes has brought at him. And Moraes is doubtful that he's faced a fighter as well-rounded as Solorio. We're just guessing on that. But so far, Gabriel Solorio looking very impressive. Sheymon Moraes on the left making his U.S. debut, and the Brazilian has not been welcomed with open arms. More some fists and some takedowns from Gabriel Solorio from Modesto, California. He coming in here as the underdog, a much heralded younger fighter. How good was he going to be coming in here at 6-0 with 4 knockouts? But Solorio has had an answer for everything tonight and been in control of this fight as we go into the final round.
And you better believe that the corner for Moraes has told him, you got to come out now.
And there we see action in the last round. And an armbar attempt there at that moment by Solorio, but then he still kept position.
Trades a knee for a right hook.
What is it thinking in Solario's corner about this fight, Joey?
Kenny, they're very impressed with Solario's performance right now. What they want to see him do is keep a stiff jab in the face of Moraes. Keep pumping that jab, and they feel that Moraes is throwing a lazy jab. When Moraes throws that lazy jab, they feel the opportunity to counter with the cross hook is there. They say if you can do that, you can time him, you can catch him, and you can knock him out.
He just tagged him with a good right on that exchange, and then followed it up and pushed the action.
Look at this. Moves away from the fence. Beautiful.
Wow. Coming up next, Rick Glenn defends his title against Lance Palmer. And later, Rousimar Palhares defends his title against John Fitch. 2 belts still coming up live here on NBCSN in this 3rd and final round. Sheymon Moraes getting a rude welcome to the WSOF. The mouthpiece of Solorio goes down. He calmly puts that back in.
The 5-second rule.
This exactly. He just like it was no big deal, wasn't it? Just a stroll in the park. He's shown a lot of poise tonight.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. Very nice. And again, connected that left hook. Moraes needs to move to the sides. He can't go straight backwards. Oh, that was nice.
That was a good exchange.
Comes back right away again. I think he hit his nose there with the forehead. There's Solorio bleeds on the left side above his ear somewhere.
Checks the kick. Walking right at him is Solorio.
You know, that's what I said in the game plan. You got to push him backwards. And that's what he's doing. He found his range, the range from his opponent, and his own range as well. And he's just coming now. It was a great knee.
2 minutes to go. Can Solorio continue to give a lesson to Moraes in MMA US stuff? So far he has.
He's doing it. You know, if he keeps doing this, he's going to win this fight. Nice body shot, head body head. I love it.
Moraes pushes him away with the left. Solorio with a slip. Not a knockdown, a slip. He's back up quick. You have to wonder, boss, again, no one's seen much footage of him in Brazil, but it's doubtful. Moraes has faced a lot of guys that have stayed right in front of him, especially all night long, like we've seen Solorio.
Yeah, but it's just working angles the way he does it. You know, he's a smart fighter. You know, it's a big cage. You know, I sometimes I do these drills with my students. I say, okay, try to hit the other guy. You can only move backwards and to the side. It's very hard to hit somebody like that. When they're constantly moving back and side to side, and you know, it's because you're outside the reach.
And Solorio has used the spacing well.
Michel puts his leg up. That's just to stop the knees to the body.
Gabriel Solorio with a strong showing tonight. Coming in here, the underdog against the undefeated Sheymon Moraes. What do the judges think? They're the ones that will make the decision. We'll have that when we come back to World Series of Fighting 16 from Sacramento. And speaking of greatness within, right there, that guy, Uriah Faber, the founder of Team Alpha Male. Every time he fights, about every other fight he's ever had has been a championship fight, so he knows what's on the line, and his guy, Lance Palmer, is going to fight for that title against the champ, Rick Glenn. So Team Alpha Male well represented here as you take a look backstage at Rick Glenn, the champ right now, 15-2-1, and he'll take on Lance Palmer.
Great technique there in the straight punches, nice and straight.
What a performance tonight by Gabriel Solorio against the young and undefeated Sheymon Moraes. The judges have made their decision. Here's Jazz to read it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of professional fighting, we go to the judges' scorecards, and they have given us a split decision. Judge Wade Vieira scores at 29-28, Moraes. Judge Brandon Sacita scores at 29-28 for Solorio. And Judge Susan Thomas Gitlin scores at 30-27 for your winner by split decision, Sheymon da Silva Moraes!
Yeah, with the takedowns, I don't know.
That's when combative sports turns into figure skating. You never know when it goes to the judges, but somehow they saw enough that Moraes in his U.S. debut did to earn a split decision victory. And you, boss, a man who has won many titles all over the world, think?
I thought Solorio won this fight.
And Solorio was carrying the fight, it appeared to us throughout it, possibly to you at home as well. He's throwing the punches.
Round 2, but right away, you know, he loads up, gets going in an armbar. Now look how he controls this, gets on top right away again. I mean, what? You know, we're trading shots. Yep. Well, that's what happens if it goes to the judges. So.
Yeah. Get ready. Listen. What you wanna do? If you don't strike first, that's when they gon' come at you. Yeah. And you know it's true. Don't let your life get worse. Being timid, that ain't cool. Nah.